What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy with Plus Unit Picks. Before anything, I'm going to say this right now. If you are not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right now and drop a like on this video. All right? You guys know what to do. Don't make it hard. Real quick on the recap. Tonight, we started off on the free plays 2-0 with Kobe White and Drew Holiday both cashing. But, you know, at the same time, Devin Booker, actually Drew Holiday, he was on the VIP side. So Kobe White was on the free side. The Devin Booker play was a letdown on points and assists. He came out hot in the first half, but the second half, the guy just totally disappeared. I know he was dealing with a lot of double teams, but that last play, man, you gotta take that last shot. You can't pass it off to be the caliber of player that you are. So, yeah, a bit of a letdown, but hey, here's what it is. So we ended up splitting 3-3 between our VIP plays and our free plays. But tonight, or actually for Wednesday, we have a packed slate. You know what I'm saying? So it's NBA playoffs, guys. It's officially here. I'm extremely locked in. We have two games on the board for Wednesday. We've got the Magic for the first game versus the Sixers, kicking things off. And then the late game, the Warriors and the Clippers, man. Some major star power in that game. Two massive matchups with playoffs on the line. I squeezed out 3 plays off of that slate, off of those games, so I feel very good about them. But before I get into that, make sure you guys are checking out my Winnable page, guys, where you can get access to free membership, where you get all of the plays sent straight to your phone or your email the moment I drop them, okay? So that's free plays. If you subscribe to the VIP, you'll get more detailed analysis. Link is in the description, and it's also pinned to the comments, guys, so check that out. Before we get into the plays, real quick, if you were not on better when you tell these plays for props, you're missing out. You're totally leaving money on the table. I don't know what you guys are doing. There's $200 for new users that sign up, okay? I know you like PRIZEPICKS. I know you like Underdog and some of those other popular ones, DraftKings, whatever you're doing. But check out Better because they have really good lines too from time to time. If you scan the QR code plus, that you see on the screen and use my code +1 to sign up and send me a screenshot, that's going to unlock your bonus and I'll get you free access to my VIP paid membership for 30 days. Okay? If you're already on Better, check out Novig. They have one of the best offers by far out there right now. Novig is having a spend $5, get $50 deposited to your sports betting account. If you use my code PLUSUNIT, that's PLUSUNIT that you see here on the screen. Again, send me a screenshot that you signed up with my code. I'll get you another 30 days free. If you go with both of them, or one or the other, I'll get you 30 days free in my Winnable where you get all of my plays. So that's 2 platforms, 2 bonuses, and up to 60 days free of picks, guys. Don't hustle backwards. Don't make it harder than it has to be. So with that being said, we're going to move into the first play on the slate, and that's going to be Paolo Banchero, which is the first game between Philly and Orlando. I've got Paolo Banchero on the over for rebounds and assists. So Paolo Banchero, he's one of the most complete big men in the entire NBA. He's more of a power forward, not a traditional center or anything like that. But the combined number is well within reach for the player of his caliber. On the season, he's averaging 8.4 rebounds and 5 assists per game. That's 13.6 rebounds and assists combined already, sitting right above this number in the season average. And his recent form backs this up hard, guys. He just had 8 rebounds and 6 assists against the T-Wolves for 14 combined. That would have been over. And before that, he had 9 rebounds and 8 assists against the Pelicans for 17 combined, well over. So 16 rebounds and 6 assists against the Pelicans for 22 combined, again, way over. So, 3 of his last 4 games, he's cleared this number with ease. Tonight Orlando, they're going to be in Philadelphia for a playoff seeding game with real stakes. So Banchero is going to play 35-plus minutes. And he's going to be well over those categories and those stat lines. So we're going to dive into the numbers really quick. If you took him for the over at 13.5 over the past 5 games, you would have cashed 80% of your tickets, 4 out of 5. He did go under against the Detroit Pistons, which is a really tough team in the Eastern Conference, but they are not they're not playing the Pistons, they're playing the Sixers. So over the past 10 games, he would have cashed 60% of your tickets, 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. And then over the past 20 games, it's a little bit lower, well, a lot lower at 50%. I'm not too worried about that. We look at the head-to-head matchup. In the 2 games that he's played against the Sixers this year, he's 1 for 2. But over the past 3 games overall, he's 2 of 3, so that's 67%. Opposing power forwards, how the Sixers fare against opposing power forwards, they're actually last in the league in rebounds allowed against other power forwards across the league, and they're middle of the pack with assists allowed. So that's a strong stat line for me to bet on for sure. So lock that in, guys, as the first free play on the pick or on the slate for tonight for Wednesday. And then the second pick we're going to move on to is going to be John Collins. That's going to be the second game, the 9 p.m. game where the Warriors and the Clippers are going to face off. We're going to go with the over on that one. Also on points and rebounds with John Collins. He's more of that role player. So, you know, the Clippers, they're hosting the Warriors. Every possession matters, and every starter is going to play max minutes. On the season, he's averaging 13.5 points and 5.3 rebounds. That's 18.8 combined already above this number, okay? Recent stretch has been even better. Since the start of March, he's averaging 15.3 points and 6 rebounds for over 21 combined. He just had 18 points and 9 rebounds against the Warriors this past Sunday for 27 combined in only 21 minutes. And now in a rematch, you know, it's a different implication, obviously. I think he's going to have some expanded minutes, and he's going to play a deeper role or a more vital role. So you've got Kawhi Leonard, obviously, as the focal point, but Collins in this series against the Warriors has shown that he can dominate also in his position. So we're going to dive into the numbers for that one also. You've got John Collins over the past 5 games. He would have cashed 80% of your tickets. He went under against the Blazers. I guess he had limited minutes that game. It looks like he only played in, 13 minutes that game. So that's probably why he went under there. But over the past 10 games, he cashed 70% of the tickets for the over on points and rebounds. And then over the past 20 games, he's cashing 70% of the tickets also. So, I mean, he's pretty consistent in his recent form. If you look at opposing power forwards, how the Warriors match up across the league, they're middle of the pack in points allowed, but they are bottom 5 in rebounds allowed. So, head-to-head matchup so far, I mean, over the past 5 matchups, Collins has faced Golden State. He's cashed 80% of the tickets. And this year, it looks like they faced him, well, he's played in 3 games this year, and he cashed 2 of the 3 at a 67% clip. So I love it. I like what I'm seeing. That's why I locked it in as the second pick of the free plays. And then the third and final play is going to be Kristaps Porzingis for the Warriors. It's the same game, just the other team. We're going to fade Kristaps on the under for points and rebounds. Here's why. So Porzingis, he's huge. He's a skilled big man. We know what he can do, but I think the number is simply too high based upon how he's performed. I know he's been dealing with injuries and so forth and trying to essentially find his role with the team. On the season, he's averaging 16.7 points and 5.2 rebounds. That's just 21.9 combined, nearly full points below the line. So, and look at his actual recent games. He just had 12 points and 8 rebounds against the Clippers on Sunday for only 20 combined. Before that, 11 points and 7 rebounds against Sacramento for 18 combined, 2 straight games in the teens for combined points plus rebounds. So I think he's going to have a tough time getting clean looks against the Clippers. They're a tough defensive team. Also, one of the best defensive teams in the league. We're going to dive into the numbers just to showcase what's going on with Kristaps. So if you faded him on points and rebounds for the under 24.5 going back over the past 5 games, you would have cashed 80% of your tickets. Over the past 10 games, you would have cashed 70% of your tickets. And over the past 20 games, you would have cashed 75% of your tickets. These are high probabilities. And the game that he faced, as I had mentioned, that was April 12th. But that was, I don't want to take that game too seriously, but it's still kind of a compelling stat line if you look at it over the past 3 matchups overall that he's faced them. It wasn't a playoff game when the Clippers faced them, but at the same time, I don't see that being too much. I just don't see him affecting the game that much based upon his role. I could be wrong, but based upon the Clippers, in terms of who they are defensively, I think they can neutralize Kristaps. If we look at the opposing stats for, as far as how the Clippers fare against opposing centers, they're middle of the pack, but that's the only red flag potentially, but, I'm not too concerned about it. But yeah, that's going to be the third and final pick, guys. Just to recap, we got Paolo Banchero on the over, 13.5 rebounds and assists. John Collins on the over, 15.5 points and rebounds. And then, of course, Kristaps Porzingis, we're going to fade him on points and rebounds at 25.5. Okay, so that should about wrap it up, guys. We're going to try and get back on the winning side of things, potentially another sweep, right? Another 3-0 sweep. Don't forget to use my code and sign up for better +1 or no vig using my code +unit. And also check out my winnable, and also check out my Twitter. It's at +unitpicks on Twitter. I post a lot of good material on there, guys, with MLB plays also. So don't forget to look into that. But that's gonna about do it for tonight, guys. I wish you guys the best of luck. Let me know what you like versus what you didn't like down below in the comments, what you're going to tell versus what you're going to fade. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Later.